Hola, 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 hola. Probando, uno, dos, probando. ¿Cómo están, muchachos?
Yeah, mister.
Disculpen ahí la demora, pero estoy haciendo unos pequeños ajustes. Wow, como que esta vez me quedó demasiado, ¿cómo se dice la palabra? Demasiado ajustada la imagen. Es que el día de ayer ustedes recordarán, ¿no? De que se perdía gran espacio de la imagen del pizarrón. Bueno, entonces ahorita está haciendo unos ajustes. Déjenme ver, le vamos a ir el zoom. Creo que ahí está perfecto, ¿no? Por lo menos, ¿qué tal ahí? ¿Lo pueden leer bien, muchachos? Me confirman, por favor.
Sí, mister.
Ah, bueno, excelente. Solo permítame un segundito para terminar nada más de configurar. Display settings. All right, wireless display. Que estaba pensando cómo poderles arreglar la ubicación y ya encontré creo la posición óptima. Solo un segundo. Ok, perfect. Ok. Welcome everyone. Today going to continue the class. Yeah, I can see you better. You can see perfectly well the whiteboard, the 5 problems clearly. And after that, I'm going to move the camera a little bit to the right side and I'm going to continue solving with the problem number 6 and 7. Okay. So yesterday we solved the first and the most largest problem in the exam, trying to calculate the table frequency, the median mode, create a histogram, and polygon the frequency. Now we have the next 5 problems that we're talking about, in this case, the probability. In the problem number 2 mentioned, we have a package of daisy seed that claims the probability that each seed in package sprouts under optimal conditions, that's supposed to be 55%. Okay, and the problem says, suppose you plant two daisy seed under optimal conditions. The question is, which is greater, the probability that both seeds sprout or neither will sprout? Well, as soon as you can see in this problem, we're talking about independent events because we're talking about two daisy seed. We are not the result of the one seed doesn't affect another one. Yes, Julio?
Mister, well, I don't know if the others are the same, but in the exam, the question was just find the probability that both seeds sprout and that neither sprout. It didn't say which was greater. So I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, let me, don't worry about it. But at the end, you have to find out that both probabilities, who is neither and both, okay? So remember the probability for independent events. Probability A or B as supposed to be the probability even A times the probability or even B. Well, that's going to find out in the optimal position, right? So we're supposed to have 55%, I mean 55 over 100. And because this is an independent event, we have 55 over 100, okay? So remember, every time that we're supposed to apply any metric sequence, you can multiply those fractions like this one. But if you wish, you can simplify this fraction. For example, 55 over 100, if you divide it by 5, what will be the result? We're going to have, the result will be 11 over 20 multiplying by 11 on 20. And you know, 11 times 11 will be 121 over 400. This is going to be the probability that we're supposed to have in optimal conditions. Well, and what happened is the opposite. Neither we're going to have a failure. Well, if we have 55% the probability we're going to have a positive result, that means the 45% represents a negative result. Both the events will be independent. So 45 over 100 multiplied by 45 over 100, you know, every time if you can, we must just simplify the fractions, and that will be 9 over 20, 9 over 20, multiplying by 9 over 20. So the answer will be 81 over 400. Well, it's perfectly clear the positive probability, the blue one, that will be greater than the smaller one. Well, in that case, the most important thing in this kind of problems, that's supposed to create or establish both probabilities in positive or negative situation. Okay, that was the solution set of the second problem. Now let's going to talking about in the third problem. That most of you guys, the most of you did well in this problem. But a few ones, I don't know why they're confused combination with permutation. Because if you read the problem carefully, the problem says a subway car has 8 empty seats. At one stop, 5 people enter the car and no one gets off. So how many ways can the 5 people arrange themselves in the 8 empty seats if each person takes one seat? Remember, you have you're supposed to have it in subway. You don't need to create a simple order. I'm going to sit first. I'm going to sit the second one. I'm going to sit the last one. No, no, no. You're going to take the first seat that was supposed to be free. For that reason, the order doesn't matter. And because the order doesn't matter, this is not a problem for permutation. This is a problem for combination. For that reason, what we have to do, we have to apply the formula combination the A versus 5, right? You know, this problem combination that will be determined by A factorial over 5 factorial multiplying by A minus 5 factorial. What does that mean? Remember factorial or factorial, that's supposed to be the increase or decrease recursive multiplication. What does that mean? If I have a factorial, we're going to multiply the numbers since 1 to 8 or 8 until 1. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 factorial, numbers 1 until 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A minus 5 will be 3, 3 factorial. 1, 2, and 3. What we can do in this situation, simple. We can perfectly cancel the numbers 1 until 5. And if you see, 1 times 2 times 3, that will be 6. So this number 6 can be canceled with these 3 numbers. For that reason, if we multiply 7 times 8, that will be 56. 56 ways. And that will be the solution set of the problem number 3. Because the order doesn't matter in this problem. Doesn't matter the situation, doesn't matter in the problem that we're supposed to apply in this case, okay? Now, in the problem number 4, in this case, that will be the opposite because we have a TV network has a 15 comedy shows that it plans to air. It wants to choose 4 of them to special Monday night lineup. Line up. So the same problem mentioned, line up. That means the order will be important to developing this kind of problems. So the question is, how many different ways or possible lineups are there for Monday night? Okay, so because the order in this problem matters, now we can proceed to calculate the permutation. So the problem can be solved like 15 permutation of 4. You know what will be the formula? The formula that will be 15 factorial over 15 minus 4 factorial. Okay, so what we have to do in this situation? Well, simple. The only thing that we have to do is apply the formula. How we can do that situation? Remember, 15 factorial, the numbers multiplying by the 1 until 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And you know, 15 minus 4, that will be 11. So multiplying the numbers 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? And cancel the numbers 1 until 11. So the answer will be multiplying 12, 13, 14, and 15. We were talking about 32,760 ways. And this is going to be the solution set of the problem number 4. And that's it. Okay? So what will be the next problem? The next problem mentioned, this is a prediction, the probability. That a school student council has said they will change the school colors if 600 students sign a petition. You interview a random sample of 50 students and you find 37 students that will say yes to sign the petition. The school has 900 students. Do you think enough students will sign a petition? Justify the answer. Well, to try to solve this problem, my dear students, there's many ways, many different ways we can analyze the situation. The one of them, okay, we can count one single situation could be divided the quantity of students that they're supposed to have to sign the petition, 600 students, and divided by the total quantity of students. And we're going to obtain the percentage or the marginal percentage that will be acceptable. And you can compare that percentage divided by the 37 students you find it will be, they'll say yes, divided by the sample. And you can compare those probabilities. And at the end, we're going to say, yes or no. This is one way. And another way is trying to find out what will be the population of students that will be agree or not to sign the petition. But even though in those in different ways, the first thing that we have to do is trying to find out the probability. Remember, probability will be that 37 students divided by the sample, 37 divided by 50. So this probability has a value of 0.74. That will be represent the 74%. Okay. Well, we have this probability. Now what we have to do, we have to try to find out what will be the quantity of students that will be agree to sign the petition, because 74 says we're going to sign the petition. That means the 26% will say no. Oh, this is enough number of information that we're going to say yes, they're going to sign the petition. So the quantity of students that will be the percentage of the probability multiplied by the X population. So what does that mean? We can multiply 0.74 or 74% multiplied by the total student population. And remember the total student population, that will be 900 students. For that reason, at the moment, we're going to multiply 0.74 times 900. We have the devil's number, 666 students. Yeah, this is the devil's number according to the Bible, 6666. A coincidence, 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 right? So, and because 666 are greater than 600, we're not talking about say we are overpasses the minimum goal that's supposed to be 600 students, and we have 666. Well, it overpasses the goal. For that reason, yeah, they will sign the petition because we are overpassing the minimum rate of the students, and that's supposed to be 600, and we have 666 students. Okay, before to solving the problem 6 and the problem 7, do you have some questions or everything's clear to this one? Guys, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Todo claro? ¿Todo azul?
Yes, mister.
All right, then. So, by the way, can you read perfectly well the whiteboard in this Zoom, or you need to approach that one? Or
I
that?
can see it clearly, mister.
Okay, excellent. And the best part of the situation, I don't need to focus the camera. And how about this one? Can you see?
We can see it clearly, mister. I can see
Oh,
it clearly.
all right, then. So, in the problem number 6, says we have to graph the following linear equations by the indicate method. Remember, with the linear equations, before to get a graph, the most important thing is write equation in the slope intercept form. I mean, y equals mx plus b, or if you wish, you can write the equation in notation of function. It doesn't matter which one you're supposed to write the equation. At the end, the result will be the same. Well, in two cases, just for save a little bit, a little bit of time, I wrote the equation in notation of function in both cases. Okay, but if you wrote the equation in the using the y-intercept form, don't worry about it. It will be the same. In the first technique says, okay, I have f dx equals 2x minus 3, and we have to try to find out what will be the x and y intercepts. Remember that x and y intercepts are the values, then x and y that becomes 0. What we can do, we can create a mini table values and provide that situation or that condition. For example, when x has a value 0, 2 times 0, 0, minus 3. That means f dx of y will be negative 3. And the opposite, when y has a value from 0, what could be the value from x? Simple. That will be a 3.5 or 1.5. How do I know that? Simple. Because if you multiply 2 times 1.5, that will be 3. 3 minus 3 will be 0. And we are creating the interception points. 0 with negative 3, located over here, and 1.5 with 0. Okay? And because we are remarkable, these 2 points, remember the geometry definition, we require at least 2 points to define a line. And that's it. This is going to be the first equation, the first graph. Okay, let's going to analyze with the second one. We have f dx equals 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, remember, we require at least 2 points to define a line. And we have two turning points. If you wish, we can use 3 values, 4 values, 6 values, and so on. So that will be enough. With 3 values, that will be more than enough. So we have x and y. If you wish, I'm going to start using -1, 0, and 1. For this is going to be the input, the domain, the values that we're going to provide to the letter x to obtain the values from y or f dx. All right. So what we're going to do, simple, replace every values. For example, -1, 1/2 times -1 will be -1/2. -1/2, that will be -0.5 plus 3, that will be 2.5. How about with 0? Simple. With 0, 1/2 times 0, 0 plus 3 will be 3. And 1/2 times 1 will be 1/2, or 0.5 plus 3. We got 3 2.5. And we have that at least 3 points. And we can skip the graph. -1 with 2.5, 0 with 3, and 1 with 3.5 located over here. And as soon as you can see, my dear students, we are finally skip the graph. No big deal, not complicated thing. Actually, we studied this lesson with more details the last years and in the fourth quarter in 8th grade. That was a simple review of that situation. Okay, that was the problem number 6. And finally, is going to talking about with the problem number 7. Problem number 7 says, okay, we have to determine the equation on the line that passes through the points -1, 3 and -3 with 2. And we have to write the equation in origin order form, or simple merely word origin order forms is another way of saying the y-intercept slope. I mean, y equals mx plus b. What we have to do? Well, like every step we are doing in this kind of problems. The first step, we have to trying to find out what will be the value of the slope of the line, because without the slope of the line, that will be impossible. That will be possible to solve this equation. So remember that formula from slope, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So slope will be given by y2, that will be number 2, minus 3 over x2, -3, x1, negative things. Negative will be positive. Okay, so if you see 2 minus 3 is -1 over -3 plus 1, it will be -2. -1 divided by -2, the slope what we're talking about will be positive 1/2. All right, and we have the slope of the line. Now we can perfectly create equation on the line using the formula. Y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Well, at the moment, we're going to use this formula. You can take or you can choose any better order pair. You can use -1 with 3 or -3 with 2. It doesn't matter what order pair you're going to choose. At the end, the result will be the same. Well, in practical order, just not to be complicated, and most of the situation, we're taking the first order pair, but it doesn't matter which one we're going to take. At the end, the result will be the same. So let's do it. We have y minus 3, taking the first order pair, equals 1/2 multiplied by x, negative times negative will be positive. If you leave the equation onto this part, this equation is the point slope form. All right, but remember, right equation origin order form, that means we have to solve for y, slope intercept form. What we have to do, simple, 1/2 times x, we have 1/2 x, plus 1/2 times 1, 1/2 plus 3. Why 3 positive? Because this is subtracting, passes to adding. For that reason, the equation on the line will be 1/2 x plus 3 times 2, 6, no, yeah, 6 plus 1, 7. 7/2. And this is going to be the solution set of the equation. Questions? Or everything is clear?
Mister, if you put the number, if you put the number 2 in the y minus 3, does it make the, or does it end the same result or not?
Which one? In which one? In which one?
And in number 7, if
In the
you
number
put,
7?
if you multiply 2y minus 3,
2y minus 3. If you multiply 2 parentheses y minus 3, you're supposed to have 2y minus 6. And after that, solve for y because it's so important in the way what the problem asking for, what will be the form that we'll have to write the equation on the line. And because the problem says write the equation in order form, actually in mathematical orders, just for let you know, this is the general form. I'm going to show you that one. The general form, this number 2 is divide, passes to multiply. 2 times y minus 3 equals x plus 1. You don't need to put the number 1 because it will be the same. 2y minus 6 equals x plus 1. So negative x plus 2y minus 6 minus 1 equals 0. So negative x plus 2y minus 7 will be equal 0. This is the general form equations. In mathematical sense, both equations will be the same. We can prove that situation. How we can do that? Simple, we can divide it left and right side by 1/2 or divided by 2 when to got the same result, solving for y. But actually, no will be completely wrong the answer, but not completely well because the instruction mentioned that way we can have to write equation in origin order form. Notation of function, what will be? Instead to write y, notation of function, you're going to change y by f dx. F dx equals 1/2 x plus 7. If you want to write equation in the point slope form, that will be onto this part. You don't need to solve for x or neither for y. That will be enough. Remember, there's 4 ways we can find out the equation on the line, the right equation on the line. Okay, just to let you know, if you write the answer in the general form, just like the green one, the equation, I'm not saying that will be wrong, but not completely well because there was a request, write equation in that way. Okay. So another question.
Uh, no, I don't have any other question.
Okay then. So guys, so I'm so sorry for the little delay because I was trying to fix in the location of the whiteboard. So and you can see as soon as you can see it right away, you can see the actually I'm not pretty sure. Now in this location, I don't think you can see perfectly well the whiteboard, right? No, in that location, no. But in this case, that will be more than close enough to say to see the problem number 2 until number 4, number 5 in the first side the whiteboard, in the first one, and the second side since the problem number 6 and number 7. Okay, tomorrow, if God wills, we're going to discuss the exam. Please trying to copy the key of this exam, and we're going to compare the results, the possible mistakes, the accumulates, because the first thing that we have to do is giving you the accumulate, all right? Including the 15% values and artistic expressions. I remember again, I made you a promise of the person who has to participate in the intersist expression. I promise to give them 5 extra credit. I don't forget that situation. But meanwhile, the first thing that I have to do is giving you your real grade. And after that, I'm going to give you the 5 extra credits. Okay? That I'm promised you. Okay, guys? I don't know if you have doubts or questions or everything's clear onto this one.
Thanks clear, Mister.
Okay, did you copy that already?
Yes.
Okay, guys. If that's the case, thank you so much for the attendance. Have a great, wonderful day and see you tomorrow to discuss the accumulates. All right?
Mister.
Well,
Mister.
take care of yourself, guys. See ya. Bye bye. So long. Take care of yourself.